Okay, okay, okay.
Good evening, everybody. From Disruptive Education on GETI, and we're very grateful and thankful to Dr. Sunita Gandhi for having provided this format to us. We've had more than 350 speakers, and we are very happy to have with us a very prominent speaker from India, uh, Mrs. Vibha Tripathi. She is a PG in English and in women empowerment. She has also got a diploma in journalism, and she also has an MBA from IGNU. She is an associate faculty member, Institute of Entrepreneurship Development from Lucknow, and she's been there for 29 years now. And with IEDOP since 1989. It's a premier institution of Uttar Pradesh, and she specializes in sensitization, publication, studies, and training. These are areas of expertise. She has done several projects, among them the Udyog Sadhana, and she has been counseling the teenagers of the agricultural workers. Today, she will be speaking on developing entrepreneurship at the school age. So thank you, ma'am. And over to you, ma'am.
Good evening to all. And entrepreneurship at the school age has been my core interest area. As when I joined this institute, I was really surprised that we all of us were talking about entrepreneurship at the age of 18 years onwards. But I think we should prepare long before the child comes on the 18 age, because when we do entrepreneurship at the school age, we need ED at the school age to so that they, as a youth, the children as a youth, be enterprising and able to perceive opportunities in the problems. Whatever situation may come in front of them, they can seek opportunity in that problem area. They can be independent in nature and in behavior in true sense. The independence does not mean only the financial independence. It does not means only taking their own decisions. But independence means independent in true nature, so that in whatever situation they are, they can take their own decision, they can explore their path, they can walk on their path with confidence, they can explore opportunities on their path, and do whatever they think is right for their health, their country health, their family health. So, in today's education system, today's environment, we find that most of the children are being pushed to gain education in context of the job opportunities, in context of the placement, to get the good marks, etc., etc. So I think when we talk about entrepreneurship development at the school age, we are talking about making a child, helping a child to identify her own possibilities, her own strengths, realizing her own weaknesses also, and converting weaknesses into strength. So, entrepreneurship is not only the act of creating an enterprise, and working on that enterprise. For me, enterprising means doing things in own way, in innovative manner, with a mindset that helps the children to work in any given situation, not depending on others, not complaining of the things, but converting every every idea into real situation in behavior. So when we are talking about entrepreneurship as a school age, we are talking about helping children, helping children to find their possibilities, find their strengths, not only find but building. So let us discuss how a person can be enterprising. A person can be enterprising if the environment around him is motivating. We find so many things at families, at school, that we always direct them. Instead of motivating, often we direct them, do this, do this, achieve this, go for this, not do this, do this, all these things. Rarely we motivate them whatever they want to do and let we help them to do. So the environment, I think, should be motivating rather than pushing. If a person is exploring his or her own possibilities, only then he can achieve the fullest of his strength. For example, I just quote, many of you may be aware of that. Uh, there is an ashram in Coimbatore of Sadguru Vasudev, and they have experimented. They invited children at their ashram without any formal education. They just let them do the performing arts, the music, the maths, the painting, the decoration, the writing, all this, instead of pushing them with lots of subjects up to the age of 9 years. They just help them to learn skills, learn performing arts, and then focus on the music, maths, whatever the children are interested in. And after a long time, they say that now the children are youth and perform arts, and so many times we can see them on their shows. Wonderful. They are wonderful creatures. They can work 24 hours on their task. And whatever you learn about Sadhguru's achievements, the those children are behind them. Just because they were not pushed, they were motivated to perform the arts. Another point, if he if he gets chance to explore, express, and create, we find let us check if we really let them our children express their views, let them explore whatever they want to do or they want to create. We, at the childhood, we just tell them, oh, don't do this, this is the wastage of time, don't do this, this is wastage of the resources, oh, don't do this, this is wastage of money, don't do this, this is wastage of so many things. And what we are thinking that we are right, and we guide them, do this is good for your health, do this is good for your future, do this, this is good for your achievements, do this, this is good for your job opportunities. So instead of guiding them since childhood, at the childhood level, I think we should let them do whatever they are willing to do. What are which with which they are very happy. Doing happiness, working with happiness is very important for the entrepreneurship development among our youth. If the children get the environment of learning at the earliest, not learning the skills only, learn the struggles to achieve success. We find that any family, any parents, whatever we see that if a children is trying to get something and we find that he will not be able to achieve this, we just push them. We just give them from the height. If he wants to take something, he is not able to reach. We just bring that thing to down for him rather than giving this the same thing from the height to the children. If we can help him to explore the way how he or she can reach to the height, this struggle will help the children to learn the value of uh, labor. For this I would like to mention a story. Once a businessman, industrialist was looking at the damaged crop due to untimely rain. And it is not a real story, but it is a story that an industrialist was looking at the damaged crop and thinking, "Did God? How is this God working? He doesn't know to manage the crops. If I am allowed to control the environment, if I am allowed to control the season, I will just make this crop so healthy and so much yield will come out. God will learn from me." And the God appears and gives him the control of season and says, "Okay, you take all the controls and I will meet you after 1 year." And during the year, the industrialist really managed wonderfully, taking every care of the crop when it needs sunlight, it gets sunlight. When it needs water, it gets water. Whatever the fertilizer and everything, he manages very efficiently and very effectively. And the year comes to end when the crop is grown up, and it was very fantastic. He was very happy to see that, and comparing the previous year's crop, and he was thinking, "Oh, now it is time to show the God that the crop is so much wonderful." And God appears and he says, "Yes, you have done very well. Let us go to see the to touch the crop." And they both of them goes to there and just pick one string and he opens it and they find that there was no seed, there was no wheat inside the crop. So now it was the time of in the time for industries to realize what happened wrong. And he was really surprised that all the crop is so much fine, so much wonderful, and there is no inside. How it happened? He asked God, "Did you do something wrong with me or played any tricks with me?" He said, "No, child. You were giving everything to the seed before it needed it. And in the process, the inner process of striving was not developed. So the wheat is not there. You have gone all the fence, but not the real product. So that is here when we don't give the chance our children to struggle to achieve anything. They want new shoes, we provide them new shoes. They want new clothes, we give them. They ask for mobile and we give them. So they don't understand the value, and neither the process of striving inside is being developed within themselves. So I think it is very important. Let them struggle to achieve the success and let them taste the success. Let them taste the sweetness of achievement and let them taste the bitterness of the struggle process. Both are important. Unless and until the inner process of struggling is strengthened within a person, he or she don't get the inner motivation to perform well. It is just in eyes of others. Today we find that the person are very social image conscious. They don't do for their happiness. They are good. They want to do what impresses others. So rather than impressing others, it is very important to impress ourselves. Another thing I would like to focus on that it is very important to accept the failure also. Failure is always not bad. Failure is very much needed. Very much needed. If he or she succeed, he just get the taste of success. He doesn't realize what he has done wrong in the process, and he just think that whatever is done, it was perfect. Not anything else is required to achieve the task. But the situation is that the fact is that every moment there is a possibility to do much better. When a person is ready to accept the failure, it means he is ready to improve. Early success is also stop the process of improvement. So both the things are important. Taste of success as well as acceptance to the failure. What are the skills of an enterprising person? There is a lot of definition and there are a lot of literature on that. But I, at the moment, I won't go on that literature. Rather, I consider few skills which are very important for making a person enterprising. That is taking a calculated risk. When we talk about taking calculated risk, it doesn't mean कि we should not think, we should avoid the risk. Calculated risk means risk in which most of the factors are in your control rather than putting our control to environmental factor. We should choose those facts, those situations in which maximum control is in our hand. So one aspect of taking a calculated risk is that when the control, most of the control in our hand, but it is not 100% sure. It is not a risk that okay we are investing 1 lakh rupees and in 1 lakh rupees if we lost 30%, it is okay. We can bear 70%. We can have 70% with us and we can lose 30%. It is only one dimension. The actual dimension is that if we are sending our giving any responsibility to our children, let them learn how far they can go with their working behavior, with their skills, with their strength, whatever resources they are having, and how much they can play, how much they can uh, use their discretion, how much they can use their potential to get maximum input, maximum output from the investment. So one thing, taking calculated risk is means taking ma- those situation are holding situation in the way that maximum control remains in your own hands. We conduct a game for this identification of the risk that is called ring cross exercise, and we ask person to choose a point from 1 to 10, and we see that either maximum of the if there is a group of 30%, 5 out of them will choose the point 2 or 3, just avoid the failure. They don't want to be fake, so they choose second or third to get success. And few of them choose the 10 point farthest point, just to show all the audience that what they are very brave and they can go very far. And later on, when they don't get success, oh, it was really far. Yeah, show brave. Just I have missed the target. With with this exercise, they realized that it was not the risk; it was the gamble, and they just never wanted to be paid. They never wanted to take the responsibility of failure on their own. The person who chooses between 5 to 8, 5 to 7, they are the person who are taking calculated risk. They consider that, oh, I can do this much, and that is the point where I can try, and later on I can improve myself. So, calculated risk means taking choosing the point where you have your control in your own hand, and also having the possibility of improvement. It doesn't mean you have all the controls on one point and second point and get the success. It doesn't mean any success if you get the obvious success. If you get success with your efforts, with your skills, it means success. So, calculated risk is one point. Taking responsibility is another major point of an enterprising person. You just experiencing the children, if they get good marks, they say, yes, I have done very hard work. I got this. But when they get lesser marks, they don't say that I have not worked well. This often they choose an explanation. Yeah, my I was not well. There were guests at my home. Oh, there was a marriage. I couldn't get the time. So they don't take the responsibility on their own for their studies. So taking responsibility of whatever you achieve is one important dimension. Third dimension is ability to convert ideas into action. We think a lot. We at the early age, yeah, at any given time, in Indian context also we can say that we think a lot, but it is very difficult to convert our ideas into actions. So, thinking too much, being ambitious too much, but missing the action point is the problem. So this is the core skill that whatever we think in the way that can be converted into the action. So it is also important to shape ambitions, shape our dreams, which can be doable, which can be realized. When there is a that is the core problem. We think too high. We think too high, but when we don't get, this environment is not good, our system is not good, our opportunities are not good. These are the our explanations and responsible factor. They may be irresponsible, but the basic uh, factor is within the person which makes him success or failure. Another point, another skill I would like to add is value addition to the available resources. Another is work on solution to the problem and organizing and managing people. These are the core skills: calculated risk, taking responsibilities, converting ideas into action, value addition, solution orientation, and organizing and managing people and resources are the core skills which we need for a person to make him enterprising. Now, what we can do as a teacher and parents, it is very important. We should look at our own behavior to the children. We should provide security but not protection. As a parent, as a teacher at a school, we are responsible to make them a safe environment where security, no other and threat should be there, but it should not be that much protective that they never can think of helping themselves, defending themselves. In the very protected environment, neither they can be assertive, neither they can be cooperative. So it should protection is not needed, security is needed. In a secure environment, let them do whatever they are willing to do. If they are fighting, let them fight sometime. Don't stop that, oh, this will harm you. थोड़ी बहुत चोट लगेगी, they can help it. Let them express themselves. At school, we always teach them. We give them the information, but we don't give the knowledge to use that information. We we should give them the information and let them use, let them apply that information to gain the knowledge. So expression is very important in the process of imparting education. Many times we kill their expression. For expression, we just give them the opportunity to go on the stage, to do some essay, to do some project work. But we should find some more methods. Let them lead rather than leading them. Let them lead. Only then they can learn to lead. At home, we lead them. At school, we lead them. Someone is the monitor and others are following them. Let them lead is very important. Let them handle money also. Let them handle relationships also. At home, so many times we tell our children, oh, it is none of your business. Go and do your work. Oh, this is uncle, this is auntie, you should behave like this, you should behave like this. Let them handle their relationship with friends. Let them make their own relationship in the society, in the relatives, so that they can choose. We should involve them in physical labor. In today's context, it is very important. Physical labor is a very missing part, and this absence of physical labor does not open up their minds. We can realize when we do a lot hard work in our garden or in our cleaning our house. After that, we find that, oh, They say it is clean your mind also. So don't make them very sophisticated. Don't make them delicate. Let them be a strong person doing physical labor. Let them do rather than tell them to do. Let them do some cooking work, let them do some cleaning work, let them do some gardening work, whatever they want to do, let them do. And last but not the least, let them realize the real purpose of education. In today's world, most of the time when we see, oh, the student got 100%, the student got 29%, the student got 96%. So this is the rat race of marks. We should not uh, do that. Getting good marks is a good thing, but each and every child can't get those marks. And those who can't get those marks, it doesn't mean they are less able to those who are getting good marks. Their ability is different. So in the rat race of the marks, we just ignore the real possibility and real strength of uh, those children who are not willing to read, who are not very good at studies. So this is very important that the real purpose of education is making them a good person, making them a strong person, making them a responsible citizen, making them a creative person, making them a contributing social entity. So, getting a good marks is not the only purpose of education. Getting a good job is not the only purpose of education. Getting a social status not the only purpose of education. The real purpose of education is to realizing own possibilities, own strength, own exploration of the real life. Whatever you are happy, you should identify what is your sense of achievement, what is your path of life, what would you like to do, what you don't like to do. After getting a good job, earning money. Yeah, one more thing is, especially in India, we say money is not a good thing, money is a bad thing, paisa is not everything. Okay, paisa is not everything, but paisa is not wrong. Its use of in wrong things is wrong. Its source of earning may be wrong, but money itself is not wrong. We just uh, what we pose a picture, we never appreciate industrialists. We criticize Ambani, we criticize Adani, we criticize so many industrialists. कि उसने तो बहुत कमा लिया. No, it is wrong. They have contributed a lot to the country also. They have contributed lots of life, very lives. So one more thing which is very important to correct here at our home, we should not pose money as the sole objective of the life at the one hand, and on the another we should not do that. Oh, इसके पीछे भागना is wrong. No, you should value the money, you should value the social status, but you should. This is not the only life. You can do so many things. You can gain social status, not getting a good job also. You can earn money without any job. You can earn money without any high-fi education. There are so many ways if we take our environment in case studies of so many persons. Education has its own role for shaping the personalities. It is not the means to earn the money. It is not means to only to get the job. Let them. It is means of making a person capable of doing so many things. So that was my point of view. If anybody would like to ask any question, this is 30 minutes now. So I would like to close it. If any question is there, I would like to answer that.
Thank you so much, ma'am,
Okay.
for your excellent talk. Ma'am, should
Yeah.
not entrepreneurship be taught in the schools
Yeah, but
instead of?
yeah, I know that entrepreneurship is being taught at the school. I'm saying entrepreneurship is not the subject to taught. It is the subject to experience. It is subject to feel. It is subject to learn by practice. It cannot be teach in. Cannot be taught at the in the class environment. You can give them some.
So I think we've lost that line to Vibha, madam. And again, on behalf of GETI and Dr. Sunita Gandhi, we thank her for this disruptive education platform where we get to hear a whole lot of speakers. And okay, ma'am is back. So, ma'am, I was just rounding off. Uh,
Yeah.
And thank you so much for being there. And
Okay.
thanks to the disruptive education of GETI and to Dr. Sunita Gandhi once again for having provided us this format. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay.
And good
Okay.
evening, ma'am. Good night.
It's my pleasure. Okay.